Very good morning to all of you, dear friends. I welcome all of you to the third session of live virtual revision classes for strategic management. We've been doing fantastic progress on a revision. We have done chapter 1 and 2. We've also done chapter 3 revision. And we have solved so many new questions. We solved almost 50 plus questions in the last revision classes. And we are here today. The agenda for today is going to be simple. Okay, the agenda is pretty simple. What we'll do is we will today solve case scenarios. The idea is we have been doing independent MCQs as a practice. We saw some of the descriptive questions, how to write answers. We've been discussing that as well. Today we focus on the 15-mark mandatory case scenario that would come as question number 1 in your examination. We will do a revision, we'll do a practice of that. And then we go on to revise at chapter number 4 and 5. The last revision class, which will be next week, we will talk about the entire question paper. We will solve entire exam 50-mark paper together, not just one, but 2 or 3 papers we'll solve together. We'll see what are the areas where we get stuck. How do we analyze the marks of the question? We solve those questions together in the next class. Today, the focus is simple. We solve case scenarios. We understand how the case scenarios come. How do we link our questions to the case scenarios? How do we solve them? They are pretty simple, pretty straightforward most of the times, but sometimes the case scenarios that come up pretty tricky. They are very integrated in terms of concepts, and we learn that. Okay, how to read a scenario, how to solve those MCQs from the scenario, and we also revise a chapter number 4 and chapter number 5, which are some of the most longest chapters, but we will try and cover that today as well. But we have one more revision class post this, so hold on to that. Okay, very nice. What I also see is, I see Shagufta, you have joined. Very good morning to you as well. Okay, now how we want to do this is, what I'll do is I'll take you through the case scenario. Okay. Or maybe let's do one thing. Let's revise chapter 4 and 5, and then we do the case scenario, because what will happen then is all our concepts from all these chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be covered, and then we go and practice our case scenarios. Okay, so let's do this, and let's start with a revision of chapter number 4 and chapter number 5. Like I have been saying, okay, the resources available to you are many. Okay, the study material, the booklets that you have, the practice material that you have, it's huge. Okay, the only thing now what you have to do from your personal front is revise, read them again, go through each concept, right? And one of the best resources we have to do that revision is Saransh, what you see on your screen. All concepts from the study material in a concise format are available for your revision. It's been prepared, it's been curated for your ease, for your preparation. And I would use this as well to help you go through each concept that we have in the study material. Okay. Here we go with chapter number 4. Chapter 4 is one more interesting chapter which talks about one important question that every business has. Okay. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 are all about formulation. Chapter 5 is about implementation and evaluation. Chapter 1, we've been talking about what is strategic management. Chapter 2, we talked about what is the external analysis of our markets, of our industry, of our competitors. Chapter number 3, my friend talked about internal analysis, analyzing ourselves. And chapter number 4 answers a question, which is a simple and a very important question, which is what are the options available to me as a business if I want to take the next step. This next step can either be growth, this next step can either be stability, this next step can either also be winding down or closing down my business. The simple question that every business then has is, what should I do with my business? Okay. Now, that is chapter number 4, which is strategic choices. Okay. Now, 3 choices we talked about: either I stabilize my business, or I grow my business, or I say, hey, things are not working out. Maybe let me just close down my business. That's also an option. Okay? That's also an equally worthy option, my friend. And these decisions, question to you, okay, this is a revision class. I keep telling you, your engagement is going to help you secure marks. I have already cleared my examinations. Okay. Question. I see Shagufta, I see Sarang, I see Kavisha. Very happy to see you. Question to you guys. Okay. Simple question. This strategic choice of whether I want to grow, I want to stabilize, or I want to close down my business, what level of organizational structure takes this decision? What do you think? Which level of organizational structure takes this decision? The chat is open for you. Awesome. Kavisha, very good morning, and morning with the right answer. Very happy. Chagufta, Sarang, you want to try as well? Kavisha says it's corporate level. It's corporate level, and that's the right answer, Kavisha. The corporate level takes a decision. The corporate level takes all these decisions in terms of what kind of a strategy would the business have. Would it be stabilizing things? Would it be uh, growing it? Or would it be just closing down, winding down the business, thinking that things aren't working? So let's just close down the business as well. It's a corporate level strategy. Right, Shagufta, you're absolutely right as well. Okay. Now, all these decisions of what strategy we have to take can either be based on 3 things, what I told you, or it can also be decided based on competition. Michael Porter's generic strategies are also a strategic decision. If I say, okay, I want to grow, if I say I want to grow, I can either do in as based on competition. If you read it as based on competition, what I can do is I can either become the cost leader, I can do a differentiation, or I can either do a focus market strategy where I just focus on a particular segment in market and I give them the best product. Or I can either do a best cost provider strategy also. That's a strategic choice as well. If I say, hey, I want to collaborate with others, I want to grow together with other people, right? Other businesses, similar businesses, businesses where I have synergy, businesses where things are relevant to me, something common is there, and I can grow with them together. That is called collaboration strategies, like a joint venture, like a mergers and acquisition, like a strategic alliance. For example, if you see, like I keep giving this example, but it's the most relevant to us, like a Tata Starbucks, okay? Then Geo Hotstar, Tata Sky, right? All these ICICI Lombard, ICICI Prudential, these are joint ventures, right? Or these are strategic alliances. What do you think? ये भी समझते हैं. It's most of the people also get confused. Good that you're picking this up. It just clicked me. What do you think? The difference between a joint venture and a strategic alliance. What do you think is the difference between a joint venture and a strategic alliance? The chat is open, my friends. Simple question. What do you think is the difference between a joint venture and a strategic alliance? Tell me very short answer. Difference between a joint venture and a strategic alliance. More from a strategic point of view. Okay, very nice. Kavisha says JVs are more permanent, but strategic alliances are not very permanent yet long term. Good, very nice. What else? What else could be a difference between a JV and a strategic alliance? Think and answer. Exam questions भी आते हैं ऐसे. Strategic alliance is a partnership between two or more businesses to achieve strategic objective. Okay. And what is a JV then? What is a JV? Okay. Let me also give you one more example, and then you will understand this for life. Okay. I will clear this concept for you for life. Let me help you the difference between a JV and a strategic alliance. Okay. Now, let's say, okay, think about this. You and your best friend open a juice shop. You and your best friend open a juice shop. Okay. But currently, now think about this. You have a fruit shop. Okay. You have a fruit shop. Your friend is a distributor of fruits. Okay. He's a wholesaler. You are a retailer, right, of fruits, and he's a distributor. He's a wholesaler of fruits. Both of you come together and open a juice shop. Both of you come together and open a juice shop. You put 2 lakh rupees. She puts 2 lakh rupees. You both open a juice shop. You both share profits. You both work together on building a juice shop. Okay. You both work together on building a juice shop. You grow it together. You put money. You work on it together. You are related, right? You are a retailer of juice. He's a wholesaler of juice, and you both come and do a juice shop. Is this a joint venture or a strategic alliance? Is this a joint venture or a strategic alliance? Okay. Saran says it's a joint venture. What about others? Kavisha says it's a joint venture. Okay, ji, very nice. It's a joint. Now let me give you another example, and then we decide what's the difference. Okay. You are again a fruit shop. You have a fruit shop. Okay. Your friend makes drinks, which means packaged drinks आती हैं, mocktails and soda and jeera soda, lime soda. He makes all these drinks. You have a huge business in fruits retail, giving it to all the hotels and restaurants. You have a huge fruits ka business. Your friend has this bottling business of lime soda and jaljeera and XYZ drinks. Both of you come together, both of you say that, hey, I know bottling and drinks market, I have distribution. You have access to a lot of fresh fruits, the best at the best prices. The fruits are very costly. So you have access to fruits, great quality at a low price. I am expert in juicing and bottling and doing that. Let's come together. Let's come together and build a new juice brand for the market. This is all these artificial juice. We will make an organic juice with a shelf life of, let's say, 7-8 days only, and we'll sell it across India. Is this a JV or a strategic alliance? It's a JV or a strategic alliance. Sarang says it's a JV. Kavisha says it's a strategic alliance. I would say you still can't define. Okay, you still can't define if it's a JV or a strategic alliance. Now, with one statement, now I will tell you. See, now you got confused. कि दोनों JV है, strategic alliance कौन सा? Now let me give you an answer. I'll give you a statement, and then you tell me which one is a JV and which one is a strategic alliance. Okay. In the juice shop, In juice shop, both of you work together to make that juice shop into a big hit in your locality. Okay, you both of you work together. You work on procurement, you work on your distribution, you work on marketing, you work on giving discounts, building strategy, bringing in the right products, making the right mix of juices, that we mix orange with grapes, how the taste is. You do all of that together. Okay, in the juice shop, you both sit together, work on it together, you do everything together. In the juicing company, right, the second example, you just focus on the procurement and getting the right price. You work on procurement logistics, the fruits reach the factory at the right time, in the right shape, the freshest form at the best prices. Your friend takes up the juicing and bottling and distribution. Okay, both of you take what you're expert at. Both of you take up the work you're expert at, and it's a huge market. It's a huge market, but you just want to try if your expertise can be used to build a new business. You just want to try this out. It's your expertise, my expertise. Let's come together and try something new. Which of the two now becomes a strategic alliance? The juice shop or the juicing company? Kavisha says first is JV, second is strategic alliance. Second one, Sarang says, is strategic alliance. Right? So, my friends, question to you again. What factor is helping you define if it's a JV or a strategic alliance? What factor is helping you define that? One is clear division of expertise, right? Number two is control of doing things. If you both of you have control of everything, it's a joint venture. If both of you have control of everything in the business, it's a joint venture because you're joined together to work. A strategic alliance is that, hey, you are good at something, I am good at something, let's come together and try something new. That's a strategic alliance. A joint venture is, let's both come together and do everything together to build something. Right? That's the difference between JV and a strategic alliance. The control and the division of expertise. Okay? यहीं से आपको पूरा आंसर मिलेगा. In most of the case scenarios, in most of the places, what's the difference between a JV and a strategic alliance? Are we clear, my friend? Are we clear? Very nice. 3 levels of decision making in a business, right? 3 levels of decision making in a business, which is corporate, business level, and functional level. Okay, a corporate level, functional level, and a business level. Now, corporate level takes all the decisions. Business level understands what is to be done, defines who does what, defines the scope of work, and the final and the functional level actually works on that project. I'll break it down very simply. Your cities have flyovers, right? Ab jahan rehte hai, wherever town, city, place you live, there will be flyovers. The top level, which is, let's say, I'm just giving you an example. The municipal corporation says, hey, we want to build a flyover from X point to Y point. That's a corporate strategy. They hire a company and they do everything, right? All of this is business level, which is the officials of municipal corporation then get down, release tenders, find the right people, find the right material. They ask how would you do it, what time will you take. They define the entire process of what will happen, at what cost, who will do what, how will things happen. That entire plan and process of how will things happen, who will do what, when will it happen, that is business level strategy. That is a business level's job. The actual execution of building that flyover is actually a functional level activity. So corporate says, hey, there's a lot of traffic congestion. Let's build a flyover X to Y. The tendering, the procurement, the identifying, the question and answer with vendors, understanding who will do what, when, how, business level. Actual execution, functional level strategy. Okay, that is corporate, business, and functional. Don't get confused with business and functional. Now, this chapter number 4, is interesting because it focuses on growth strategies the most, but it also touches upon two important strategies beyond growth strategy, which is stability and retrenchment or closing down of business. It talks about those two strategies as well, my friend. Okay. Now, stability strategy. Stability strategy is when you think you are doing great. There is no more potential. There is potential for growth, but not exponential growth. Okay. I keep saying this. Stability does not mean you will not grow. Okay. Let me show you something like this. Okay. My friend, if you can see my screen, let's say this is the graph. Okay. This is the graph. And let me just change my color and do this for you. Okay. So let's say this is a graph. A company is going like this. This is company number 1. Is company number 1 at a growth strategy or stability strategy? Company number 1, this graph, is this growth strategy or stability strategy? Sarang says this is stability strategy. Okay. What is company 2 doing? Growth strategy or stability strategy? What is company 2 doing? Growth or stability? A C2, which is company 2, is in growth strategy. Okay. Very simple. Stability, again, let me define this. Stability does not mean you're not growing. It's just that you're not growing fast enough. You're still growing. 2-3% growth is also growth. Okay. Very nice. All of you know this. Characteristics are simple. You focus on building your product better. When you're in stability strategy, you start working on building more better product, understanding your product deeper, getting into nicks and picks of the features of the product, getting more feedback, building it on it, adding more features. अब मैं आपसे एक और क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. Apple is in a growth strategy or a stability strategy? Apple is moving towards stability or it's still on growth? Growth, right? It's growth. What about LG? What about LG? Do you think LG is growth strategy or stability strategy? LG is growth strategy or stability strategy? Stability strategy. Sarang says growth, maybe. Okay, Sarang, you would have a reason for it, but that's okay. You might say, oh, they're growing more products, they're getting into deeper into market, but yes, I don't think so. They're growing 20%, 10% also. They're growing, but again, not as fast as other companies, right? Is Mahindra cars a growth strategy or a stability strategy? Mahindra cars, Mahindra motors. Is it growth strategy or stability strategy? Absolutely growth strategy. They are bringing one new car every 6 months. हर 6 महीने में एक नया मॉडल निकाल रहे हैं. That's a pure growth strategy, right? McDonald's is a stability strategy or a growth strategy in India. McDonald's is a growth strategy or a stability strategy? McDonald's is a stability strategy, my friend. No new fancy products, no more retail outlets opening. As आपने कहीं सुना in the last 5 years, okay, let me ask this question to you. In the last 5 years, have you seen McDonald's opening new stores or new restaurants? I don't think so. There might be, right? Couple of them, but it's not like they're opening new shops every single day. They're just stabilizing their existing restaurants. They're just stabilizing. They're okay. You're established in a place, and these McDonald's have become landmarks, right? Because you're so stable and you're there for so many years. If you ask somebody, hey, where should I come? You say, meet me at Gandhinagar McDonald's. It's a landmark. It's a stability. It's not like they're opening 20 stores and people like, which McDonald's? 10 खुल गए हैं वहां पे. ऐसा नहीं है. They are stabilizing. The question then comes is, why would a company want to stabilize and not just grow? Okay. The reasons for stability strategy. Very simple question. Why would somebody be stable? Why would somebody want to be stable and not grow? Is because one, a product has reached maturity stage. Burger in for earlier for 10, 12, 15 years back, a burger was a new thing for Indians. इंडिया के लोग बर्गर नहीं खाते थे आज से 10, 12, 15 साल पहले इफ यू रिमेम्बर लोग खाते थे बट इट वाजंट समथिंग very old. People were excited for burgers. People wanted to try something new. So that was a growth stage for them. Today, burgers are not nothing people fancy. It's not like, oh, burger mil raha hai, khana hai, ye kya cheez hai. It's not like that. The product has reached a maturity stage of product life cycle. So now, eventually, because of the life cycle of the product, which is you embryo growth, stability, and your downfall, the product ki hisab se your strategy should change as well. The staff feels more comfortable with status quo. Maybe internally जो आग थी पहले कंपनी में वो आग the energy has lost. Maybe the company feels that ठीक है अभी we made a lot of money, we don't want to be greedy, we just want to do good work, and they keep doing that. Shagufta, you're the only person I hear who says I don't like burgers. The other person who said that was a parent. I don't think anybody doesn't like burger. Why? Okay. Anyway, but that's your choice. I have to love them, but that's okay. We can differ. Third is, why would a company want a stability strategy? Is because it is opted when the environment is operating relatively stable, right? आसपास का environment stable है, the competitors have also stabilized, so you also stabilize your business. I don't want to do rash driving, rash growth when my competitors have already been very stable, right? I don't want to go rash if my peers and competitors are stable. Sometimes after rapid expansion, a firm might want to stabilize and consolidate itself. कभी कभी क्या होता है? Okay, let me ask you this. You guys know Flipkart? You guys have heard about Flipkart? Yes or no? Yes. Flipkart is doing a lot of promotion this year, but you would have seen Flipkart की ads, Flipkart का presence on advertising, marketing has reduced a lot. The amount of marketing Flipkart used to do earlier versus today, it's almost gone, right? पहले every third ad used to be a Flipkart पे खरीदो, Flipkart this. There used to be ad with all the superstars, cricket stars, all film stars, सब लोग को ले आते थे. They used to have an Alia Bhatt and Amitabh Bachchan, Virat Kohli, Anushka Sharma, Amitabh Bachchan, Sachin Tendulkar, सबको ले आते थे, right? Today they are not doing that. Today, most likely, they have just said, okay, people know us now. If people want to buy, they will come and buy. We will give the best price, we will give the best services, but we're not going to go push for growth, right? we will stabilize ourselves a bit. We will be more stable because of competitors, the environment of e-commerce is also stable. We also know there are just two players. या तो Amazon से खरीदोगे, or you will do a Flipkart, or you will just go and buy from the website of the company. ब्रांड की वेबसाइट से ले लोगे, या तो आप फ्लिपकार्ट से या आप Amazon से. स्टेबल मार्केट होगी. You're not cutting for customers, you're not rushing for customers. But वहीं पे Zepto, Blinkit, Instamart, these companies are cutting for customers. They are going crazy. They're giving big discounts, big coupons. You order, like, I don't know, you order 6 pieces of lemon, they give you one chocolate free from Zepto with love, free chocolate. That's a cost to them. But they're doing it so that next time you stick with Zepto, you feel, oh, Zepto to chocolate देता है, मुझे इससे ही order करना चाहिए, right? So they're doing all these because they are in growth strategy. But e-commerce, Flipkart, Amazon इतना नहीं कर रहा. Flipkart, Amazon is not giving you heavy discounts. They're not saying, oh, please come to us, we will do whatever you want, we'll give you this, that. No. Rather, they're saying, if you want to return, we will charge 30 rupees, right? If you want a delivery in one day, we will charge another 100 rupees. So they're asking for money. They're stabilizing their business. They're not giving free money. They're not spending money. That's stability. Why? Because they have seen rapid expansion and now they're wanting to consolidate themselves. They want to stabilize their operations, understand where we are going, how we are going. Plus, their environment is also more stable. The competition is also stable. ऐसा तो है नहीं, competition is so high in e-commerce कि रोज नया कोई e-commerce company आ रहा है, ऐसा भी नहीं. So these are some major reasons for stability strategy. Okay. And the question is then why do startups don't aim for stability? For the same reason. उनको तो grow करना है. They have to find new. That's why all these Blinkits and Zeptos are startups which can't be stable because they have to grow first and then stabilize. वरना market share कोई और ले जाएगा, right? वरना the market share will be gone to somebody else. Okay. The second strategy is expansion. Okay, growth, expand करना. Now, expansion can have major reasons. You want to gain market share. You want to be bigger player in the market. You want to make more money. You want to scale your business. You want to take the advantage of your experience curve or the life cycle of the product. Maybe the product is in a growth stage. People are liking it. People are loving it. Why not just build a bigger business? Right? Why just not build a bigger business? That's growth strategy. That is growth strategy. Simple example. Do you guys have this dosa, idli stand somewhere near your house? Everybody would have, right? कोई एक छोटा सा stall or somebody on a cart or a small shack type which sells dosas and idlis है घर के पास, आसपास, in the market or somewhere close by? There would be. Most of us would have somebody selling a dosa or an idli in our locality, right? Yes or no, please, in the chat. If no, then we'll not take this example. If yes, then we will for sure take an example. Shagufta says yes. Shagufta says, I don't like burgers, but idli dosa I like. Is it true, Shagufta? What about others? Seen a dosa stand, idli stand? Yes. Now, when they are building their business, you would have seen 2 people maximum working in that stall. Okay? I knew it. People who don't like burgers like South Indian or dosas. Oh, right? That's general Indian context. Anyway, okay. So this started with 2 people, but if you would have seen as they grew, as their stall, okay, Kavisha says, I love both. Okay, fantastic. I also like both. So when they started growing their stall, अभी उन्होंने गांव से अपने they have gotten their brothers, their sisters, 2 more people, somebody to help with utensils, somebody only making chutney, doing packing of chutney and sambar, 1 person only make dosa, 1 person doing idli and vadas, a person serving everybody who's standing around. 6 people just from that small shack, shop, thela, whatever you call it, whatever it is. That is growth strategy, my friend. That is growth strategy. I don't want to take you to a Reliance or Tata. Small businesses are doing growth strategy because they are in a growth phase. People are liking their product. People like their dosas. They are eating it. They want to use this growth of their product, the life cycle of their product, to grow their business, to make more money, to get more market share. If you eat dosa idli, you will not eat more. If you eat this idli and dosa, you will not eat a Chinese chow mein from the van. So you're cutting customers, bringing to yourself, using it as a growth strategy, my friend. Okay, that's also a growth strategy. And reason for growth is using that opportunity. अब growth strategy ना बहुत बड़ी है. Growth strategy is huge. Okay, but we will do this very quickly. We will do this very, very quickly. Now, growth strategy has two options. Growth strategy has two options, my friend. Okay, now understand this carefully. Growth strategy has two options. Either you can grow internally or you can grow externally. When I say grow internally, grow externally, it means two things. Either you start working on your own business to grow, or you look out of your business to grow. Organic growth, inorganic growth. Now, internal growth is when you start either working on your product, either working on your market, either working on your customers. You are doing some innovation in your business. You're getting some more products which are relevant to your business, which are related to your business. All of that is internal growth. External growth is not looking at my own business, looking outside my business to grow my business. Okay. We will take examples of every of these strategies. So now hold on to this. Okay. One, internal growth has two things. So overall growth strategy, stability we studied, growth, and after this we'll do the retrenchment or exit. Okay. Stability, clear. Now comes growth strategy. Now growth strategy is internal or external. Internal then has two options, internal and external. Then internal has two options. Either you intensify or you diversify. Either you intensify or you diversify. Intensify is when you are close within your business and domain and you work on that. Okay? You work on that. That becomes your intensification. Okay? And if you go beyond your own product and market, something different you do, that is called diversification. Okay. Now, example, and then I'll ask you this. Simple example is a chartered accountant doing a practice. A chartered accountant doing practice का example लेते हैं. ठीक है, very relevant to all of us. A CA. Okay. Now let's say the CA's name is, let's say anything. Let's say it's Kanika. Okay. The CA's name is Kanika. Now, Kanika is practicing chartered accountant, 15 years of experience. 15 years of experience in pure income tax. Okay. CA Kanika, pure 15-year experience in income tax. Okay. Practicing in income tax. She's doing practice and she is serving clients which are HNIs, high net worth individuals, right? All these high salaried people, business people, high net worth individuals, unka personal income tax and personal finance is what she manages. Now she sits and thinks that there are so many HNIs, there are so many people who have money, but not everybody would come to me. I don't have access to everybody, but I want to grow my practice. I want to grow my practice. So what she does is, she stays within income tax. She stays within the domain of income tax, but now she also starts pitching companies, corporates, right? She starts pitching SMEs, small, medium enterprises. Like she goes and she pitches an ice cream parlor which had opened in a locality and it was huge hit, you would see a long queue outside that ice cream parlor from 10 p.m. in the night till 2 a.m. in the night. She went to them and said, "Hey, I do a tax practice. I do income tax practice. If you need any help, here's my card. Give it to your owner or manager." And 3 days later, she gets a call that, "Hey, we would want to meet you. We have some issues with our taxation. We would love to have some consulting help from you." What did she just do? She grew her business. She grew her business. But what was the strategy, my friend? It's a revision class. You have to answer, not me. Was it market penetration? Was it market development? Was it product development? Or did she do a diversification strategy? What would be your answer and why? What strategy did she use and why? Why do you think so? Whatever answer you give, why do you think that's the answer? Was it market penetration, market development, product development? Quickly in the chat, my friends, you have to answer. If you're thinking you are confused, write in the chat, I am confused, I don't know. Write that. I should know. That's a revision class, man. That's where you learn. What is CA Kaneka doing? Shagufta says diversification. Shagufta, you also have to give me a reason. Why do you think so? Let me help you with another point is she's remained in her income tax domain. She remained there. She did not go to an audit or an internal audit or XYZ. She stayed within income tax. She pitched a new customer. Kavisha says market penetration because new application for current users and increased product usage. Sarang says market penetration. Where is that table? Yes. Market penetration. Market penetration is okay. The firm directs its resources to the profitable growth of existing product in existing market. That existing product in existing market. Market development is adding different channels of distribution or by changing the content of advertising. It consists of marketing present product to the customers in related markets by adding different channels. Is it market development or is it product development? Working on the product, a new product, right? Building a new product or the existing product in a new market. Okay, what is it? All of you are saying this is market penetration. All of you are saying this is market penetration. But market penetration is same product in the same market. But I said the market is different. I said the market is different. To market penetration, yes. From HNIs moving to SM, the same product in a new market. The same product she sells, income tax consultancy, to a new market. Not just to individuals, but to companies, to small and medium enterprises, to corporates. Same product in a new market. तो मार्केट पेनिट्रेशन है या फिर मार्केट डेवलपमेंट है या फिर प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट. What would be your answer? Most of the people now say it is market development. It is market development. A new product in an existing market. New product in an existing market. क्या होता है? Again, you guys got confused, my friend. Let me help you remind. I said new product in an existing market. New product in an existing market. What is the strategy called when you have a new product in an existing market? Product development. What is it called when you have an existing product in a new market? Existing product, new market. Market development. Existing product in the existing market. What is it called? Market penetration. New product in a new market. What is it called? Diversification. Awesome. My friends, you guys are clear, but don't get confused with examples there. Same practice, existing product in a new market is market development. It's market development. Now let me take an example. CA Kanika was working and she was very excited about her business, doing great business. She was doing a sales, let's say a practice of almost over 2 crores annually. 2 crore की billing करती हैं CA Kanika, 15 years of experience in income tax. And she says, I'm so bored now. I want to do something new. There is so much more out there. So she said, the hot selling industry today in India is fintech. The UPIs of the world, the Razor Pays of the world, Paytms of the world, the credit card companies, the tap and go companies, right? The buy now, pay later system, BNPL systems from all these e-commerce. This kind of consultancy in terms of their taxation, in terms of their accounting, revenue recognition, policies, financial consultancy in this domain is going to be massive. Okay. She's from income tax. She is figuring out that fintech is a new future thing. It's happening today, but future it has a lot more potential. And so she says, let me start my taxation consultancy. I'm not an expert in anything else. Let me start my consultation in taxation for fintech. But I also need an expert domain. I need an expert domain, somebody who knows fintech very well. So she calls up a friend and says, hey, do you want to come together? Do you want to come together? And we work together to pitch these fintech customers for taxation and their operational financial strategy. My dear friends, what strategy from the table is she using? Strategic alliance. Very nice. Abhi pakarna chalu. Now I will twist this example and let's see if you can find the strategy. Okay. The friend says, I don't have time. I don't have, I already have a lot of work. I can't do sales. I can't do pitching of customers. If you need any help, I can help you. I can guide you. But I don't have time. I don't have resources to start something new with you. Okay. I don't have. It's strategic alliance, the answer though. But I don't have time something to do something new. Okay. That's what her friend says. And she says, how do I get these new customers, get into this new market? So what she does is, She has a 2 crore revenue. So she goes to this young CA who is just like 3-4 years in practice. She goes to this person and says that, hey, okay, I want to buy your consultancy. Here's what will happen. I will pay you 10 lakh rupees upfront. Then for every billing we do from fintech customers, you get 10% for the next 10 years. Whatever billing we do, 10% for the next 10 years you get, okay? And 10 lakhs upfront I'm giving. Your firm, which is an expert in fintech consultancy, you're a young guy, work with me, work for me, let's build this business. And she buys that consultancy business from that person. What strategy am I talking about here? What strategy am I talking about here? Yes. Is it merger? Is it really merger, Shagufta? Is it co-generic sound? She buys that consultancy, acquisition, khareed liya. The word I'm using is she buys that consultancy. She bought that consultancy. Okay. She bought that consultancy. Acquisition, my friend. It's acquisition. She acquired it. Acquisition kiya hai, mergers and acquisition. And this acquisition is co-generic acquisition. It is a co-generic. Related काम है. बहुत confusion है ना? अभी यही रिवाइज करना है आपको. यही रिवाइज करना है. यही रिवाइज करना है. अभी आ जाएगा समझ. First you will get confused, then you will get the answer. Because I will explain that everything very carefully to you. So don't worry. We'll focus on this. Very important topic and we'll spend some time on this. Okay. Now, she buys this consultancy. Buying it is acquisition. Because it is a related work, right? Obviously, it's a finance work. It's a finance consultancy. It's a co-generic thing. So it's an acquisition and it's a co-generic acquisition. Okay. Now, what if she says, maybe my taxation practice is going to go slow, right? Maybe the things are going to go slow, but the good part is, what will happen is, I want to do an internal audit consultancy as well. Maybe I want to do a internal audit consultancy as well. For this, what I do, think about this, okay? For this, what I do is, I start my consultancy. I start my internal audit. I'm not an expert, but I start an internal audit consultancy for my existing customers. Existing customers know me pretty well. I already have a customer, but now I start doing internal audit practice for my existing customers as well. What strategy am I doing, my friend? What strategy am I doing? Kavisha says product development. You're doing product development. New product for an existing market. You're doing a product development. Okay. Very nice. Right? Very good. Service industry में इतना ही हो सकता है. In a service industry, there are a couple of, you can do a product development, you can do a market development, you can acquire, you can merge, you can do this and that. This concentric vertical integration, horizontal integration, these all happens in product or goods companies. Let me now give you an example. Okay, now let me give you an example. I have a pizza partner. मैं pizza बनाता हूँ. Okay, I have a pizza shop. I make fantastic pizzas. I make great pizzas. People love my pizzas. Okay, I'm doing great. I sell about 500 pizzas in a day. एक दिन में बेच देता हूँ मैं 500 pizza. I'm doing good business. ठीक है? But small, obviously very small, but I'm doing good business. I make good money. Okay, I'm doing a pizza work now. I procure all this pizza from somebody. I procure a pizza base, I procure vegetable, I procure cheese, I procure XYZ product, and I procure all of this from multiple people. For my pizza company, now what I do is, instead of buying everything from outside, like a pizza base, a vegetable, and all of that, and this, what I do is I start making my own pizza bases first. I start making my own pizza base because I want it to be fresh. I want it to be a certain way, right? So that's why I start making a pizza myself, pizza base myself. What kind of strategy is this? मैं अपना pizza base खुद बनाने लग गया हूँ. What kind of growth strategy is this? Backward integration, correct? Backward integration कर रहा हूँ because I'm going a step back in my own business. What if, okay? What if I start making my cheese myself as well? जो ऊपर हम cheese डालते हैं, mozzarella cheese डालते हैं, cheddar cheese डालते हैं, whatever cheese I put, I start making that cheese also myself. कि people are very conscious about cheese and paneer these days, so I make this cheese and paneer myself. मैं अपना ही बनाता हूँ. I will charge a price from the customer. Obviously, I'm giving a better product. I will charge a price from the customer, but I start making all of this myself. What kind of growth strategy am I doing? Still backward integration, right? Still backward integration. अभी तक क्या है, मैं जब पिज्जा बेचता हूं तो आई हैव दिस पर्सन जिससे मैं बॉक्सेस खरीदता हूं. दिस पर्सन sells me a box of pizza. Somebody else makes a box. I just put a sticker of my brand, a big sticker. I have a big sticker. I put that on the box and I pack pizza and sell. ये box मुझे मिलता है and this person gives me this cardboard pizza box for almost 11 rupees for one piece. बहुत महंगा मिलता है मुझे. 11 rupees for a box of pizza. It is too much because my pizza is only 100 rupees. उसमें से 11 रुपए का तो डब्बा है. So what I think is, maybe let me just start making the boxes myself as I grow my business. Let me start making boxes myself as well. मैं डब्बा भी खुद बनाऊंगा अपने डिजाइन से, and I will bring down the cost of this dabba to around 7-8 rupees, and I will save 5 rupees per dabba. What kind of strategy is this? Forward integration. The next step in pizza is delivery, right? You're going one step ahead from that pizza making process. You're going one step ahead in your process, right? You're going one step ahead in your process of which is pizza बन चुका है, उसके बाद क्या होता है? Delivery, logistics होता है. That is what is forward integration. Another example. Today I have all these delivery people, but these are not my delivery. So what I do is I hire 2 people who deliver my pizzas as well. I hire them in-house, right? What kind of growth strategy am I doing? Again, a forward integration. The next step in building my business is supplying my products. And this process also I am building through this forward integration strategy. Hello, Mujahid. You said feedback. You want to give a feedback or you're giving the answer to the question? Forward integration. The next step in the entire chain of activities you do in your business. You break down your entire business into chain of activities. If related to the main core activity, you're going backwards, it is backward. If you're going ahead, which is forward integration. This pizza brand, my pizza brand started, okay, my pizza brand also started another brand, and this brand is selling cheese. Think about this. Great example. I sell pizzas. I did a backward integration. I started making my own cheese. People loved it. People said, "क्या बढ़िया cheese बना है." It is so fresh. It is so smooth. It is so tasty. It just feels like so fresh and organic. बहुत बढ़िया cheese बना दिया आपने. Very happy that you're making your cheese yourself, and that's one of the core characteristics of my pizza today. People love my pizza because I've done a homemade or a homegrown cheese for my pizza. ठीक है जी? मेरे को लगा यार ये तो अलग सा बिजनेस बन सकता है. So what I do is I build this cheese into a separate brand altogether. Let's say my pizza brand is Popo Pizza. Okay, I call it Popo Pizza. और मुझे लगा यार लोगों को चीज इतना पसंद आया है मेरा. So I start a brand and I just sell my cheese and I call it Popo Pizza Cheese. Okay, I call it Popo Pizza Cheese. I start my brand. What kind of strategy is this? What kind of strategy is this, my friend? People loved my cheese, which I was putting on my pizza. I start a brand just for the cheese. I make a brand out of this cheese, which people are liking. What kind of strategy is this, my friend? I got a correct answer from Shagufta. I would wait for others as well. I want to get an answer from others as well. What kind of strategy is this? Kavisha, Sarang, Mujahid, what do you guys think? What kind of strategy is this? Horizontal integration. Absolutely right. Horizontal integration, right? It's an almost related product. It's an almost related product, but it's in a different vertical altogether, right? Pizza से related है cheese, but खाना pizza नहीं. पिज्जा नहीं है, पिज्जा से रिलेटेड है और साइड वाइज इट्स अ हॉरिजॉन्टल थिंग. या ऑलमोस्ट रिलेटेड बिजनेस आई हैव एक्सपेंडेड नाउ. हॉरिजॉन्टल इंटीग्रेशन, मुजाहिद, दैट्स राइट. ओके, हॉरिजॉन्टल इंटीग्रेशन. So we studied market penetration, market development, product development. We talked about concentric, which is vertical integration, backward and forward. We talked about horizontal integration as well. Conglomerate is simple, unrelated business. Pizza wala, aapka pizza person is now selling movie tickets. Conglomerate बनना चाह रहे हैं, unrelated business है. वो लोग पिज्जा खाने आते हैं. I see so many people. Let me also start a booking counter यहाँ पे. I'll book tickets for comedy shows and take movie tickets here, and I will charge a commission. Conglomerate, unrelated business पे काम हो रहा है. ठीक है जी. It is called conglomerate, unrelated business. Mergers and acquisitions, like we just talked about, you buy somebody's acquisition. You buy somebody's acquisition, you merge with somebody, it's called merger. Now, company A, company 2 come together to become a bigger company. That's a merger. They come together, they mutually say, we will work together as one. That is merger. Acquisition is a company says, I will buy you and things will happen my way. Things will happen my way because I'm buying this company. That's an acquisition. Merger is two or multiple companies coming together and saying, let's work together as one company. And they become one company for the world. It's not an alliance. It's not a one-time project. It's not a joint venture. They just become, it's not just for one project, one trial, like a strategic alliance. It's not like a JV where you're just focusing on one particular project and then goodbye. Thank you so much. It is becoming one forever. It's called a merger, right? Marriage is a merger. It's not a strategic alliance. It's not a joint venture. It's a merger. You merge. Both the parties come together, work together, and become one, right? Acquisition is where one party buys the other party and says things will happen my way. Okay, that's acquisition. Strategic alliance and joint venture we just studied, based on the control you get, based on the ways of working, you can define whether it's a strategic alliance. If they're just coming together to use each other's expertise, it is strategic alliance. If they are coming together on a project, right? It's a joint venture where they say, okay, hey, let's come together. You don't know anything, I don't know anything, but let's come together and do this, right? That's a joint venture for a project. Strategic alliances, you do your job, what you're good at, I'll do what I'm good at, but let's come together to build this, which is somewhat related to a business. And you do your job, I do my job, what I'm good at. Let's work on using our expertise. That is strategic alliance. Okay, wonderful. What we'll do now, my friend, is okay, we will take it's 8-7 already for me. What we will do is before I take you through innovation and retrenchment, right? If I once I take you through innovation and retrenchment, I want you to take a break now. I know it's a heavy topic, I know it's a big topic. I want you to go spend 10 minutes of the break, think about some of these examples, see if you're confident, see if you feel confident on these topics, come back and let's see if you have any doubts. Okay, we'll take a short break of 10-11 minutes. Okay, we'll take a very short break, think about these topics, think about the examples I've given, think about this, come back and ask if you have any questions. Okay, it's 8 in my clock. Let's come back 8:20. Okay, 10 again, I'll just give 11-12 minutes. 8:20 sharp. Let's come back, join, think about this, and ask questions. Please ask questions. Okay, 8:20 we meet again. 12 minutes on your clock. Think and come back with questions. Okay, quick break, guys. All right, everyone, we are back, and I'll just wait for another minute for you guys to be back. Till then, we have a question from Mujahid. Mujahid, the question is, can I explain horizontal integration, vertical integration? Absolutely, yes, that's my job. Let's do that. Okay. Vertical integration, Mujahid, is when you break down your entire business into a couple of processes. So let's say you take up any business and you break it down into small processes. Some things you do before. So let's say my core business is making hand cream. Okay. For example, I make hand creams. अब मेरा core product is hand cream. To make a hand cream, I need to have raw material, tubes, all the packaging, and all the raw materials to make that. Like I need a glycerin, I need all the Ayurvedic things. If I make an Ayurvedic thing, if I make cosmetic, I need all those raw materials. Then I have to do the packaging, mix those all, do some processes to make it into hand cream, then fill it up into bottles, pack those bottles, send it in trucks, trains, flights to all the shops across India to be there in the retail shop. अब इस सब प्रोसेस के लिए में almost 20 steps हैं. Now this entire business has about 20 steps, but the core thing is hand cream banana. Making the hand cream is the core thing that you have, the primary thing, primary activity. Everything before this is going to be a backward integration process. अगर आप वो खुद करने लग जाओ, if you start doing all of this yourself, that becomes a backward thing. If you do all of things yourself ahead of making a cream, logistics, trucks, packaging, सब खुद करते हो, marketing, retail, सब खुद करते हो, that becomes a vertical forward. Example लेते हैं lens cart का, ठीक है जी. Now think about, Mujahid, you know lens cart? You have heard about lens cart? Heard about lens cart? Okay, awesome. Now, अब lens cart का काम क्या है? They make chashmas, they make specs, right? अभी specs manufacture भी खुद करते हैं. The R&D, the designing is also themselves. They have their own stores. दुकान भी खुद की है. After sales service is also they do themselves. Marketing भी खुद करते हैं. Founder खुद ही मॉडल बना हुआ है marketing का अपना. Everything is themselves. The backward they started manufacturing their own chashmas, backward integration. This made their own stores in every same locality as 2 or 3 lens cart stores. अलग ही strategy, right? One lens cart store, उसके सामने ही एक और lens cart store. Same locality, 2 stores. That is how they build it. What are they doing is they're doing backward integration by taking the entire process steps of their business in their own hands, in their own control. हर जगह से पैसा efficiency बढ़ा के they want to make money. They don't want to give margins to other people. They just want to do everything themselves to make money, which is a fair strategy. It's a business strategy. Good, bad, fair, unfair is a separate discussion, but it's a business strategy to take every step of my business in my own hands, be it manufacturing, be it retail. That's backward integration and forward integration. Horizontal integration is interesting. जहां पे we do something similar to our business, but एक नया business बनाते हैं. Same business में नहीं है. We are not in the same business. We are in a different business, but this business is very related to our business. For example, if Lenskart today starts its own eye clinics, eye checkup तो करता है, but eye clinics अपना eye drops निकाल देता है. If Lenskart today has an eye clinic, not just eye drops, वो तो एक product development हो जाएगा. But if they start their own eye clinics, जहाँ पे eye surgeries हो रही हैं, eye related, all these things are happening, like any eye clinic. Lenskart का eyes related clinic आ गया, that's a horizontal integration. What they're doing is related काम है, अपने brand बना लिए, using that brand to make something, to build a business which is similar to my own business. उसको horizontally उस business के साथ खड़ा कर दिया. ये तो बढ़ ही रहा है, एक बिजनेस उसमें से रिलेटेड बिजनेस निकाल के उसको साथ साथ हमने बड़ा कर दिया. That's a horizontal integration. Okay. Do you understand this now? Awesome. Very good. All of this you can read. It's available on the on online BOS knowledge app. I don't want to go into every single word. It's a revision class. You can read it yourself. I just want to help you with this strategic exit. Number 3 strategy, my friend. Strategic choice is strategic exits. Okay. Strategic exits. नई बात बन गई. क्या किया जाए? Exit कर लो. You don't have to be too emotional about your business. You don't have to be super emotional about your business. If things are not working out, my friend, if things are not working out, stop doing that business. Or if you think कि नहीं यार business में जान तो है, opportunity तो है, and I can still build a business around this, तो एक और try करना बनता है. तो एक और try करना बनता है. That एक और try करना बनता है. That one more chance at success is called turnaround strategy. It's called turnaround strategy. But if you're thinking, nahi, it's the end game, it's not happening, just exit this business. It's called divestment strategy. One more chance लेते हैं, एक और chance लेते हैं. That's a turnaround strategy. इसको पलटने की, turn around, switch, turning it around, upside down, right? Or basically downside up in this case. How do you do that? It's a turnaround strategy. But if you decide कि नहीं, it's not working. It's not working. Why? Because the product life cycle, product पुराना हो गया है. It's an age-old industry. The competition is dying. Some environment change happened. Government brought in something, and we can't do anything. Like crypto. How many of you know crypto? How many of you have heard about crypto, cryptocurrency? सुना है? CA students ने तो सुना ही होना चाहिए. But have you guys heard about crypto? Yes. Kavisha has heard. Shagufta has heard. अभी क्रिप्टो में क्या हुआ? क्रिप्टो में गवर्नमेंट सेड C1, irrespective of your profit, 30% टैक्स. 5 रुपए कमाते हो 30% टैक्स. 5 करोड़ रुपए कमाते हो 30% टैक्स. फ्लैट 30% टैक्स लगेगा. And you cannot set off your losses of crypto against any other gains in your income. आपको लॉस हुआ तो आपका लॉस, उसको सेट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते आप गेन से. आपको गेन हुआ, टैक्स करो. Simple. So what they made crypto as a not so attractive investment. All these companies who were doing crypto or even doing crypto, now they had two options. Some companies said it's आप अब अगले 5-7 साल 10 साल India is not a crypto market. The government is not very supportive. Let's exit the market. So they took divestment, sale or closure of their business. Some companies said नहीं, अभी भी क्रिप्टो में जान है. गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी चेंज होगी. If not today, someday else. But till then, we just have to hold ourselves. We just have to hold. We just have to pitch business in a different way. We have to be creative. We have to get into a different mode altogether in our business. Turn around our business. It was dead, right? सरकार ने तो उसको बोल दिया it's a dead business. Now I have to turn it around as a business. So what I do is I will do a turnaround strategy कि भाई कुछ नया करते हैं. There will be change. There is still chance. There is still potential. We can do something. That's a turnaround strategy. A strategy focused on reviving a struggling business. ठीक है जी. थोड़ा और पढ़ते हैं इसके बारे में. Action plan for turnaround strategy क्या होता है? कैसे होता है turnaround? Divestment is simple. बेचना है, बेच दो. You want to sell a part of your business. You want to sell your entire business. Depending on you. You say, nahi, mere ko sirf I just want to sell some part of my business. You sell it, you get some money, and you try to retain that business. Or you say, nahi, pura business बेचना. Your option. But the moment you say, nahi, मुझे इसमें वापस से जान, I want to turn it around. I want to change things. I want to change the fate of this that is not happening with me. What is the action plan? The number one step is you assess the problem. Problem क्या है? You analyze the situation and you develop a plan. This has to be in this sequence, my friend. You assess the current problem. You analyze the situation. You implement an emergency plan. You restructure the business. you return to normal and you sell off partially. अब क्या करते हो? You sell off partially as well to get some money और फिर उसको यूज करते हो बिजनेस को टर्न अराउंड करने के लिए. You assess the problem, you analyze the situation, you implement an emergency plan, you restructure the business, and you return to normal situation. और उसको करने के लिए पैसा आता है कुछ थोड़ा सा बेच के. Okay? Returning to normal is the final step. कि अब आप नॉर्मल हो गए हो, इमरजेंसी प्लान लगाया, रिस्ट्रक्चर किया बिजनेस, ताकत डाली, बट ये होता कैसे? इमरजेंसी प्लान्स क्या होते हैं? वील टॉक अबाउट दैट, बट उससे पहले how do you get to know कि there is a problem in my business? You get to know there is a problem in your business when you see negative cash flows. What is negative cash flow? Chartered accountancy students, who can tell me what is a negative cash flow? What is a negative cash flow? मुझे सीए स्टूडेंट से ये सुनने में बड़ा मजा आता है. आउटफ्लो मोर देन इनफ्लो. सिंपल परफेक्ट आंसर. खर्चा ज्यादा है, कमाई कम है. You know, I used to work in this company and one of our seniors used to say, negative cash flow is आमदनी अठन्नी खर्चा रुपया, which means you earn 25 rupees and you spend 100 rupees. That is negative cash flow. Now, if your business has negative cash flow, there is a problem, my friend. How will you pay salaries? पैसे ही नहीं है salaries pay करने के, सामान खरीदने के, to buy stuff, to procure stuff, to do business you need money. And if you're spending more than what you have or what you get, the biggest of the money wells can dry up. You can be as rich as you want to be. But if you're spending more than the inflow, your money will start, right? Okay, let's say your parents gave you 1,000 rupees. You're spending 100 rupees every day and you're earning 20 rupees every day. So day one, you will have 1,000 plus 100 rupees. Oh, 1,000 plus 20 rupees, what you earned yourself, but you spent 100. So 920 ही रहेगा. Next day you make 20 more rupees, 940 हो गया, but you spent 840 रह गया. Then आपने 2 rupees, 20 rupees और कमाए, तो 860 हो गया, 100 और 760 रह गया. By day 3, you're like, I made 20 rupees every day, but my 1,000 rupees is now 760 rupees. Negative cash flow. कितने दिन जिंदा रह पाओगे? 15 days, 10 days, 12 days maximum. That's it. तो अब तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Either I have to cut down my expenses or I have to start making more money. कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. बाइक बेचनी पड़ेगी. That is turnaround strategy. Uncompetitive products or services. If you figure out your products are just out, BlackBerry, Nokia turn around nahi kar paye because they did not realize the world is moving very fast towards touch screen. The world is moving very fast towards new technology at less price. The world is moving fast. आपका पुराना operating system is going to be useless, right? I don't know if you read this. Apple went to BlackBerry and said, we have a new operating system. You can buy our operating system because you have the best phones. We will put our operating system in your phone. BlackBerry said, I don't care. I'm the biggest phone company. Nobody tells me what software I should use, okay? You should go and make your own phones. हो गया. They were not looking at the future because they were not even making changes in their own. ऐसा नहीं है कि they were innovating a lot in their operating system and then they had this attitude. If they would have been innovating, then it would have been a fair competition. अभी हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, but आप हमें मत समझाओ. Then you know your products are uncompetitive. Time that your business is going to go down. Your market share starts declining. Your physical facilities start deteriorating because your factories look old, your products are getting stale, discards हो रहे हैं, your products are coming back to you saying, people are saying ये तो खराब है, this is not working, So many complaints, so many problems in the product, deteriorating facilities, overstaffing hai. You have hired more people, but you don't have so much work. High turnover, people are leaving also very quickly, right? No morale to work in the company. That's a turnaround time. That's a red flag for you to turn around things. Mismanagement, people are misusing funds, people are misusing their power to use the company's money to do personal stuff, right? That's mismanagement. Persistent negative cash flows, we have talked about. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 things, if you figure out, are happening. One or two or all. ऐसा नहीं है छह की छह एक साथ होनी चाहिए. Even if one is happening, there is some problem in the business. Very frequently asked question in the exam: what are the identifiers of a turnaround strategy? When do you know you have to do a turnaround? What are the indicators? The word is indicators. At a point where you identify there's a problem in the business, just write these 6 indicators, my friend. Very simple, 6 indicators. Okay. To do a turnaround strategy, jiske steps are on your screen. How to do a turnaround strategy is also on your screen. Right. Now, we started the class telling that we have 3 kinds of strategies. There are 3 kinds of options that we have, which is stability. We talked about growth. We also talked about retrenchment. We talked about turnaround. Retrenchment is sizing down. The word we use is retrenchment, which is sizing down, selling or turning it around. We have 3 types of strategies in our syllabus. Very simple, very straightforward. The next topic that comes in chapter 4 is strategic options. It gives you 4 matrices: the ADL, the BCG, the ANSOF, and the GE stoplight matrix. Strategic options are tools that help a business which has multiple businesses or SBUs or divisions. Okay? A business doing multiple products, multiple services is always confused कि यार पैसा कहाँ लगाऊं. A business which has multiple products or multiple services, this topic is relevant to them only. This topic is relevant to them only. But to smaller businesses also. मैं आपको example दूंगा, बहुत अच्छा example दूंगा आपको. Everything will be clear. Everything will be clear. I will give you such a simple example. You will forever remember this. Okay, I can guarantee. 4 kind of tools: ANSOF, ADL, BCG, GE light matrix. ये आपको बताते हैं कि what a business which has multiple products or services, it helps them take a decision which ones to focus on. पैसा कहाँ? Where do you put more money? Which business, which industry, what segment? These tools help you. How? How? कैसे हो सकता है? I will explain. ANSOF का तो हम पढ़ चुके हैं. Okay. ANSOF matrix is very simple. We have already studied. ANSOF दोबारा पढ़ने की जरूरत ही नहीं होती. ANSOF says if you want to build a new product in an existing market, an existing product in the existing, जो हमने वो पहले पढ़ा है, which is market penetration, product development and diversification, ANSOF product market growth matrix tells you the same thing. So you don't have to worry about this altogether. ये same चीज बताता है कि if you want to do a new product in a new market, this is what you should do. If you want to do an old product in a new market, this is what you should do. Simple. But then next comes a tool which is ADL strategic matrix, which works on 2 conditions. Which is your competitive position and the industry life cycle. Your competitive position and industry's life cycle. Uske basis pe it gives you this very beautiful chart of suggestions what you can do with your products and your business. Example लेते हैं. And I will take a very simple example, my friend. I don't want to complicate things for you. Let's take the example of the same dosa wala business, dosa idli business in your locality. बस उनके level से सोचते हैं, because I know now whenever you go through the market, you will look at them और आपको ये strategies याद आएंगी. That's what I want to do, and that's what should trigger in your mind. Now, this dosa guy in your locality selling dosa, idli, vada, sambar, only three, four things, or maybe an uttapam, right? चार पांच products ही बेचे. Now, look at the industry life cycle of his industry. It's at a growth stage, right? The fast food, the quick food, so many students, so many people working, both husband, wife working. People don't have time to make food at home, XYZ. People want to eat outside. They are very comfortable and it's a price sensitive things. 100 rupees में dinner हो रहा है, क्या बुरा है, right? The industry life cycle is growing. ADL matrix looks at a business from two parameters: industry life cycle and competitive position. Now, from the matrix, tell me the industry life cycle is a growth. Like growth है, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़िया growth है इस business में. But there is a restaurant. आप बैठ के AC में खा सकते हो. The same restaurant is selling a dosa for 110 rupees, and I am that thela outside, very poorly built shack dosa guy, very famous, but I'm selling dosa for 100 rupees. There's a new cafe called the Dosa Cafe. It is selling for 110 rupees right next to my dosa business. What should I do? The industry is growing. इंडस्ट्री ग्रो कर रही है, उसकी मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं. ऐसा नहीं है इंडस्ट्री ग्रो नहीं कर रही, बट कंपटीशन बढ़ गया है. द कंपटीशन हैज बिकम स्ट्रॉन्ग. व्हाट शुड आई डू एज पर एडीएल मैट्रिक्स? एडीएल मैट्रिक्स के हिसाब से मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? आई वांट ईच वन ऑफ यू टू आंसर इन द चैट प्लीज. एज पर एडीएल मैट्रिक्स मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? पहले तो आपको बता दें, एडीएल का फुल फॉर्म इज आर्थर डी लिटिल. इट्स अ नेम ऑफ द पर्सन हु हैज मेड दिस मैट्रिक्स. आर्थर डी लिटिल, एडीएल मैट्रिक्स. व्हाट शुड आई डू एज पर द एडीएल मैट्रिक्स? मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? I want answers in the chat. My product life cycle is growth. Now I have to make my position from tenable to favorable and then strong. Absolutely, Kavishar. But strategy, up side, what you're saying is absolutely right, Kavishar. But you have to give answers what's written in the box, okay? So I have to move to a favorable position. So my position today, what is my position as a dosa chef? I'm still favorable. People like me. It's a new cafe. It will take its time. Today, my position is a favorable. People like my dosa. People like me. I am great at business. I've made some relations. People come every day, so I've made relations. My competitive position is favorable, and the industry is growing. So I have three options. I can either defend my business by cutting down prices, या तो मैं अपना business defend करूंगा by cutting down prices, or I'll differentiate my business altogether. What I'll do is I'll introduce something new within the dosa. I'll give them unlimited free chutney. What I say, okay, I have to differentiate myself from that cafe. So what I say, okay, if customer come and say unlimited chutney, you can take chutney as many times as you can. I'm differentiating myself now to protect my business, or I can focus on my business, say nothing doing. I am doing whatever I want to do. I am in a favorable position. I will just focus on what I am doing. I will just focus on that. That becomes a strategy. So as per Arthur D. Little, if your position is favorable and you are growing and your industry is growing, not you, your industry is growing, you can do these three things. Suggestive things is you can do these three things. Okay, you can do these three things. Question again, and let's see what you can do. This dosa cafe wala is a powerful person. बहुत ही पावरफुल आदमी है, लोकल आदमी है, एंड इज अ वेरी पावरफुल गाय. He tells the police in your area that because of this dosa guy outside, there's always traffic on the road. So much congestion. People throw the plates everywhere. It's so dirty. And it is. Okay, it is. You also know it. But now he is bringing in the police and saying, you should remove this guy from here. Traffic is jammed. There is so much dirtiness around him. Not even hygienic. I don't think so. He has a food license, right? I don't know where he's getting his water from. He started doing this with your business. Now, as per Arthur D. Little, now my competitive position is weak or tenable, right? Abhi I am utna powerful nahi. He's brought in logic, he's brought in a good point, and now my competitive position is very weak now, right? But the industry is growing. Industry grow kar rahi hai, but my position is weak. So what should I do? Either I withdraw, right? या तो मैं withdraw कर दूं कि बंद कर दूं shop. I close down my shop. Or I grow with industry. I say कि ठीक है, sorry, whatever I can do, I will build, I will get some license, and I grow with industry. I'll do everything. I'll spend money. I invest more in my business by doing more focus. So, या तो you start investing more in your business. So whatever the problems are with your business, you start solving those. Because now आपकी position खतरनाक है. Customers are also facing ये बात तो ठीक बोल रहे हैं लोग. गंदगी भी है, it's dirty, it's so much congested because so many people park their bikes and scooters like that और only dosa खाएंगे. There's so much traffic that gets congested, right? So either you solve those problems, you grow with the industry, you turn around things for yourself. आपको पता है इस बिजनेस में पैसा है, जान है, so you turn it around. So you buy a new shack, you clean things up, you put 2 dustbins, you ask people only to throw in the dustbins, right? You do all of that. You turn around things. You change the way you do things. You invest more in your business and you grow, you make more money, right? That is what you can do. And that's what suggestive strategies Arthur D. Little did. We can use innovations as well to regain customers, right? Absolutely. You can. Just like Maggie did, correct. Atta Maggie nikal do, healthy dikha do. So you turn around your business. That is what suggestions Arthur D. Little gives across the different parameters. Let's say aging industry hai or strong position hai. If the industry is old and aging, but you are very strong, you are very stronger than your competition. So either you harvest, you keep making money as long as you can till the industry dies. जितना पैसा बना सकते हो बना लो. Then the industry will eventually die and you will also close down your business, right? Or you find a niche. आप देख लो कि आपके expert क्या है, आप उसी में काम करो सिर्फ, right? So you do that as well because you already have a brand image. You have a strong competitive advantage. Use that. Okay. Some options that Arthur D. Little will give you. अब आता है BCG matrix. It gives you market share versus market growth. Market share versus market growth. Okay. Now, let me explain this in a very interesting way, my friends. Okay. आपको बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके से समझते हैं इसको. Let's see if you have understood this topic in this way ever or not. BCG matrix says, look at the market share, your market share and the market growth potential and define the product or business, your product or your business or your SBU as a star, as a question mark, as a cash cow, or as a dog. ठीक है जी. If your business, you have a great high market share and you have high market growth, it is a star. If your market share is low but your market growth is high, then it's a question mark. करना भी है या नहीं, because your competition is winning more than you. If your market growth is low, market की growth low है, but आपका market share बहुत सही है, you have a huge market share, then it's a cash cow, पैसे बनाते रहो. डॉग हो, ना मार्केट शेयर है ना ग्रोथ है, एग्जिट कर जाओ भाई. इट्स अ डॉग, एग्जिट इट, राइट? Now, let's understand this from our dosa business method. Okay, I want you to answer very carefully, very interesting. Okay, अब क्या होता है यहाँ पे? Simple है जी. One, the my shop in my South Indian food shop, my dosa's market growth is high and my market share is also high. The dosa market is growing and my market share in my locality is also high. I'm one of the biggest people selling dosas. The maximum dosas is what I sell in my locality. What is a dosa for me? Is it a star, a cash cow, a question mark, or a dog? Mujahid says it's a star. Sarang says it's a star. So, ठीक है जी. Dosa is a star for me. ठीक है जी. पता नहीं मैंने क्या लिखा. I should just take a smaller pencil. ज़्यादा बड़ी करती है. Okay, here we go. So जी dosa जो है, dosa is a star for me. Idli. I sell steamed idlis. I sell 2 idlis with sambar. I sell a combo of 2 idlis with a sambar. Okay. The market growth is not very high, right? But I sell the maximum. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा idlis बेचता हूँ. People like idlis, but idli market is not growing. It's stagnant. जिनको खानी है idli वही खाते हैं. People who like idli only they eat idli. It's not a growing. ऐसा नहीं है लोग वो idli खाते हैं आज. जो खाता है सिर्फ वही खाता है. But I sell the maximum amount of idlis in my locality. What is idli for me? Is it a question mark? Is it a dog? Or is it a cash cow now? What is idli? Idli है जी cash cow. Idli है मेरी cash cow. Okay? Now, there is a new wave of customers. There is a new wave of customers जिनको डोसा बहुत oily लगता है. People are saying dosa is very oily and potato is not good for health. It is so much carbs. Potato is not very healthy. And dosa mein you anyway put a potato masala. So there is a new wave of customers who want uttapam. And they want uttapam with good vegetables. They're saying, okay, you should put a broccoli, you should put capsicum, tomatoes, onion, you should put corn on uttapam. It's called uttapam. And you make that. Okay, आप अपनी दुकान में देते हो healthy uttapam. And a new wave of customers are building that, like huge growth potential. But nobody is coming to you for this uttapam. लोग आपके पास आपके डोसा और इडली के लिए आ रहे हैं. People are not coming to you for your uttapam, even though you sell uttapam. And there's a huge market for uttapam now because it is healthier than dosa. Somehow people feel. So your uttapam for you, is it a question mark or a dog? Is it a question mark or is it a dog, my friend? Your uttapam is a question mark. Uttapam is a question mark where the market growth is high, but your market share is low. Market में बहुत growth है, आप नहीं कर पा रहे. It's a question. Do you really want to keep selling uttapam? Is a question for you. Market grow कर bit आपका नहीं बिक पा रहा. You are not able to sell it, right? That is what uttapam is for you. It's a question mark. The fourth product that you sell is vada, right? The medu vada. You sell vadas, but people don't like your vadas because they say it's a local shack. पता नहीं कौन से oil में you are frying your vadas. Maybe people don't like deep fried and they don't know which oil you're using, or because you're a shop on the road, right? And people are very conscious about their health. They're like South Indian khana, but vada is too heavy, it's too oily. The market growth is very low, and your market share is also low. एक तो people don't want to eat vada because of being oily, plus they don't want to eat from you because they feel we don't know what kind of oil you are using for deep frying vadas. What kind of a business is vada for you? Or vada for you? It's a dog. It's a dog for you. So my friend, simple question. We have done a dosa thela or a dosa shop's BCG analysis. We have done a BCG analysis of the dosa idli sambar wala shop. Socho, what we have done? Identification is easy, but उनका करना क्या होता है? करना क्या होता है? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Star says grow your business. Star says if you are a star, invest more in a star. Dosa बेचने में और जान लगाओ. Put more efforts in selling dosas because that's a star for you. Idli is your cash cow. Harvest. Don't stop selling idlis. Sell more idlis. Make more money. Idli is जहां से आपका पैसा बनेगा. Idli is the business where you will make more, or where you will make sustainable money. It will not grow, but it will give you a recurring flow of money. That is your idli cash cow. You slow down your utpam. Don't be too emotional about utpam ki yaar utpam ki market badi hai. You will lose focus from your dosa if you focus on your utpam. If you feel your market is shifting to utpam, मैं भी उत्पम बेचना चालू करता हूँ. हेल्दी ब्रोकली उत्पम. आप अपनी डोसा स्टार पे फोकस करो. Just keep it as a question mark. Slow down your efforts on utpam. Don't be emotional about market. You will lose focus from your star. That is what BCG says. Dog जो वड़ा है जैसे बंद कर दो. क्यों पैसा लगा? Why do you want to spend money on oil, on frying, keeping vadas, making vadas? People don't want to buy. कोई बात नहीं. 10 people will come and ask for a vada. You will say, no, we don't keep vada. That's okay. Focus on idli, dosa. Focus on make money from idli. Focus on your dosa. And somebody who wants just keep utpam, but don't focus on utpam. That is how you set your menu basis your BCG analysis, my friend. You understand this? Was this helpful? Yes, no, yes, interesting, very nice. Correct? Very interesting. You can do BCG analysis for anybody and everybody. GE stoplight strategic model क्या बोलता है? Based on two parameters, industry attractiveness and business unit strength. Industry attractiveness का मतलब है कितना पैसा बनता है इस इंडस्ट्री में. Industry attractiveness, thank you, awesome. If you guys like the example, very happy. Okay. GE matrix uses two parameters, which is industry attractiveness and your strength. This industry attractiveness is how much money do you make in industry? How much money do you make in industry? Is industry कितना profitable है? आपको समझाता हूँ. बड़ा simple example देता हूँ. You will understand the concept of industry attractiveness like this. Okay. My friend, who makes more money? Tell me, who makes more money? Does a doctor who consults people, for a general physician, you go to a general physician, they just don't even give you a medicine. They just write a medicine because they're knowledgeable, they're experts in that. They write a medicine and they say, go buy this medicine, you will be okay. Meet me after 1 week. And they charge 1,000 rupees just to tell you which medicine to take. 1,000 rupees. There is another industry which is, let's say, the same industry is somebody washing utensils. Okay, somebody comes at your place, right, to wash utensils. They spend 30-40 minutes washing utensils. What they get is 1,500 rupees a month. For a month, they get 50 rupees a day. Out of these two industries, just saying, be open, nothing related with education scale. Let's keep that apart. Let's just talk about this. Which of the two industries is more attractive? Where will you make more money? Very simple. I'll come to a higher concept in this. Washing utensils for people or medical consultancy? Where will you make more money? Who will make more money? Doctor? Medical consultancy will make more money? Absolutely yes. तो अगर मैं एक स्टार्टअप खोल रहा हूँ, Now, if I'm starting up, I'm trying to bring a startup which helps people book appointments with doctors versus I am building a business where people can book these housemaids or people who help you, house helps, right? कहाँ पे ज्यादा पैसा बनाऊंगा आपको लगता है कहाँ पे ज्यादा पैसा बना सकता हूँ where can I make more money? I can make more money in medical consultancy business. Why? If tomorrow the doctor says, okay, not 1,000 rupees, you have to give me 1,200 rupees, आप दे के आओगे. If your house help says increase my 200 rupees, you will say no, 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 no. I will increase because I want you, I like you, but I will not increase 200. You will bargain. डॉक्टर के साथ कभी बार्गेन किया है? Have you ever told डॉक्टर नहीं नहीं प्लीज 500 नहीं 300 लगा? You can't do that. That's the industry attractiveness. Some industries, the customer can't even bargain. Some industries, the whatever you ask for, the customer will give because they have no knowledge of this. That is industry attractiveness. Okay, that is industry attractiveness. Multiple examples, right? You make only 2 to 3% profit in a cement plant. सीमेंट प्लांट में आप 2 से 3% प्रॉफिट कमाते हो सिर्फ. बट वहीं पे if you are into a service industry which is let's say like a CA firm, your margins can be 50-60%. You just have staff services, right? You just have to pay salaries or rental of your office if you don't have an office. Rental office and salaries, दो खर्चे हैं, बाकी पूरा आपका प्रॉफिट है. बट सीमेंट का प्लांट बनाने में इतना expensive that the margins only 2 to 3%, which is a more attractive industry. Is obviously CA practice, easier to start, you have better margins, easy to wind down, easy to switch to other businesses. Cement plant तो एक बार बना दिया फिर बेचना is a task, right? Industry attractiveness is this: how easy it is to do business, how easy it is to get into business, how much money do you make in that business, is it easy to exit from that business, is it easy to get into the business. All of this ease and making money makes an industry attractive. तो G matrix कहते हैं based on industry attractiveness and business unit help identify if the industry is very 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 attractive and your business unit strength is also high. What do? Right? You expand, you grow. So based on these two parameters, what you do is आपको identify करना है if the industry is attractive and you have potential, then you have certain options to do in your business. You can either invest, you can either protect, or you can just say goodbye, मेरे से तो नहीं हो रहा है, right? It's not happening, and you divest your business. Okay, wonderful, very very nice. Okay, these are the 4 matrices or 4 tools of strategic analysis when you have multiple business, multiple products. Okay, that was chapter number 4. In the interest of time, we will do chapter 5. We have one more class. That's okay. We will revise chapter 5 as well. Most of the questions or doubts you have might be from chapter 5. So we'll spend more time on chapter 5 in the next session. But what I want to do in the next 15 minutes of the class, or 10 minutes we'll take, I want us to solve a case scenario as well, like I promised. Okay, I have a case scenario for you and we will solve that together. Okay, let me open that case scenario and we will solve that together in the next 10 minutes as a practice. And then, okay, here we go. Let me share my screen and then we practice together. Okay, let me know when you can see the screen, my friends. Once you can see the screen, give me a yes, okay. Sure. So if the go back, revise, I have more questions, right? In the next class, I'll solve more of your doubts. But let's first do the case scenario and then I'll come to your questions as well. Okay. Let's read this case scenario. 15 marks का आता है ये. 15 marks का case scenario आता है. Right? Let's see how to solve case scenarios. King Light WLL, a renowned Dubai-based construction company, has carved a niche for itself in the real estate market by specializing in residential complexes. Read with me, okay? It is now poised to introduce a groundbreaking concept called villartment, a unique blend of villa plus apartment tailored to meet the growing demand of married couples who seek to cohabit with their पेरेंट्स. उनको अपने मम्मी पापा के साथ रहना है, स्पेशियस लिविंग चाहिए, बड़ा घर चाहिए. So they have got a new concept called villartment. The company's impressive competitive advantage is the substantial land purchasing power, which sets it apart from its rival. इनको बड़े सस्ते में land मिलता है. They have good network, they have good solid financials, they get land at a very cheap price. Okay. Plus, these King-like company, they engage in top-tier Italian designers के साथ करते हैं. Exceptional work होता है design का, and it is safeguarded by patents. इनके जैसे घर कोई और नहीं बना सकते. Nobody else can make houses like them because they are protected by patents, making King-like a formidable challenge. King-like जैसा काम करना competitor के लिए nearly impossible. Now, recognizing the potential of this innovative concept, King-like positions the villartment project as a distinct business unit within the operations. एक अलग ही business unit की तरह villartment को they want to operate. A talented workforce, right, strategic place at various levels, is dedicated to oversee the unit function. एक separate team बना दी है which manages villartment as a separate business altogether. The ambitious plan aims to construct approximately 15,000 villartments over the next 3 years, with 50% of them immediately ready for occupancy upon completion. The marketing team has taken an ingenious approach, enlisting major Bollywood and Hollywood celebrities to grace the foundation. अब इसका inauguration है, इन्होंने Bollywood, Hollywood सबसे celebrities बुलाए हैं just to open up this property, saying, hey, big people would come and stay here. You come and buy your house as well, right? They made some social media platform presence, Reels and Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. With meticulous planning and efficient teams prepared for execution, the management exudes confidence in the project's success. The villartment initiative aspires to solidify King-like's position as a leading global real estate company. Based on the above scenario, answer the multiple choice questions. Before I go to the questions, very quickly, I will give you 1 minute only. I see so many people in the classroom. I want each one of you to answer, okay? I see Pooja, Pragya, Bushra, Nitrawati, Kavisha, Sarang, Mujahid, Shagufta. I want each one of you to answer, my friend, what all concepts you could identify from this case. छोटा सा case है. क्या क्या कॉन्सेप्ट्स आप पकड़ पाए मुझे पहले ये बताइए. क्वेश्चंस में बाद में. आई जस्ट वांट टू सी हाउ गुड यू आर एट पिकिंग कॉन्सेप्ट्स. व्हाट कॉन्सेप्ट्स यू कुड पिक फ्रॉम द केस सिनेरियो. आई कुड पिक अप कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज. लेट मी स्टार्ट. आई कुड पिक कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज. एक तो मैंने कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज ढूंढा. अच्छा, ओके. Sarang says उसने product development भी ढूंढा है. Sarang has found product development. Okay, I found competitive advantage. What have you or others found? I want each one of you to answer, my friend. I also found this. आपका पता है यहाँ पे एक उन्होंने लिखा था. कहाँ पे I was reading ambitious plan business SBU के बारे में पढ़ा था ना. It was a strategic business unit, a separate business unit altogether with a separate team altogether. SBU के बारे में हमने पढ़ा था. Innovation, maybe yes, innovation भी हो सकता है. SBU तो पक्का था. Competitive advantage था, product development, innovation. Did you guys catch SBU and competitive advantage? पहले मुझे ये बताओ. Were you able to catch SBU concept and the competitive advantage concept? Were you able to identify that? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, awesome. People have already slept. I don't know. Okay. Now, question number 1 from the case scenario. Ansoff gave a framework which describes the intensification options available to the firm. Which of them did Kinglike use for its intensification? Market penetration, product development, or diversification into new products? Okay, remember, okay, you're saying option 1 ka answer, what I'm getting from you is, option 1 ka answer, what I'm getting from you is product development, which is C. ठीक है जी, पहले का आंसर लोग दे रहे हैं सी, प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट. Oh, B, sorry, not C. B, C, B, somebody saying B, Shagufta says C, Mujahid says C, Kavisha says B. Okay. Just write down wherever you want to note down. You are saying option B. We'll see the answers also. Okay. Second question on your screen. Core competency. Core competency is built on multiple know-hows and is an integration of many resources. Which amongst the following is not an area where core competency is identified? Which of the following is not an area where core competency is identified? Customer value, application of competencies, market development, or competitive differentiation? Question number 2. Which areas do generally don't see a core competency? People saying market development, I'm getting competitive differentiation, I'm getting marketing application of competency, I'm getting market development. Okay, very good. Write down your option somewhere. We'll see what is right. Question 3. Different personnel have been deployed at different levels in the project working as a business unit. ये बात हो रही थी केस में. Divisional managers, okay, and staff are part of which of the following strategic levels in the organization? Divisional are part of which of the following strategic levels in these organization? These people who will be managing Kinglike separately, वो कौन से level पे बैठे होंगे? These people who will be working as a separate business unit, not the people board of the company. ये business level पे बैठे हैं. सुनो और आंसर करो. बिजनेस के हेड हैं, बिजनेस लेवल पे बैठे हैं. डिविजनल मैनेजर्स एंड स्टाफ आर पार्ट ऑफ विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्ट्रेटेजिक लेवल्स इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? बिजनेस लेवल पे बैठे. Remember or write down your answer somewhere. We'll see what is right. Dash is the answer to basic question, what business we are and what we do. Fill in the right answer. Dash is the answer of what business we are and what we do. Is it a vision, mission, strategy, or planning? Is it vision, mission, strategy, or planning? मुजाहिद बहुत प्रैक्टिस लगेगी दोस्त, बहुत प्रैक्टिस लगेगी. You're not giving the right answers, let me tell you. Pooja, what business we are in and what we do. Basic chapter 1 में 5 बार पढ़ाया मैंने session number 1 में. I spent 30 minutes on this topic, and if you're giving a wrong answer, then I don't know. You really need to study real hard. इससे ज्यादा सिंपल क्वेश्चन ऐसे में नहीं आ सकता. इससे ज्यादा simple question is not possible in your examination. This question will never come in the exam. इतना simple है. And if you're still giving it wrong, then there is so much more to do, my friend. Okay, that's a feedback. You have time. Practice. इतना कुछ पढ़ा दिया, इतना कुछ resources आपको दे दिया. We're spending hours and hours. If you're not working yourself, then nobody can help. Okay. Development shall function as a strategic business unit, being one of the key businesses of the business. Which of the following is not a characteristic of SBU, my friend? A combination of 2 or more independent businesses. The planning for the business is done separately. It has its own set of competitors. It has its own manager responsible for strategy and profits. I'm getting option A a lot. Mujahid, you really need a lot of practice, my friend. Okay, let's be honest. That's the benefit. Thanks for joining, though. Right? जब तक आप पढ़ोगे नहीं, आपको समझ नहीं आएगा आप कहाँ लैग कर रहे हो. You really haven't practiced or haven't studied. Am I right or not, Mujahid? Let's be honest. You have not read strategic management at all. Yes, absolutely. All the classes are already on YouTube if you want to see. A new batch of LVC has already started a week back. From next week onwards, we have our LVCs, right, for next attempts. For our May and September attempt, we have LVCs already started, Mujahid. Maybe you want to attend those as well. We get into depth of every chapter there. Those are not revision classes, those are actual classes. Okay. But anyway, a lot of people are given option A as the answer. Now let's see. The first one was product development, option B. Give yourself a round of applause if you gave option B. Okay, good. It is a new product in existing market. Second question was a market development. It is not an area where core competencies are built. Market development is not an area. Baki are areas where competitive core competencies are built. Market development is a strategy. It's not where core competencies are built. Question 3 is business level. Divisional managers and staff are part of the business level of the organization. That is what I'm saying. Business level pe hote hain. Okay? Clear, simple question. Question 4 was a mission statement. What we do, right? What we do, what business we are in is a mission statement. And option 5, SBU's characteristic is not, it is not a combination of 2 or more independent businesses. It is not. It is itself one single independent business. It's not a combination of 2 or more independent businesses. People who got all the answers right, wonderful. You're on the right track. This was a simple case scenario. Okay. What I'll do now is I'll take a pause. We are almost 9:20. Next class, I want each one of you to come prepared. We will solve entire exam paper. Chapter 5 padhenge. Chapter 5 we will do in 30 minutes. We'll revise in 30 minutes. We will do chapter 5, very interesting concepts in chapter 5 as well. And then we will do previous year exam questions as the questions come. Tough se tough wala exam utha ke hum log saath mein solve karenge so that we know where we are lacking how to answer, how to read the question, everything together we will do. So be prepared for that. Come prepared for that. Okay. What I'll do now, dear friends, is next 5 minutes, I'll open the chat or I'll open the class. You're free to ask questions. You have doubts. If not, maybe I'll meet you next week again with the last revision class where we do our exam paper together. We do the final practice. We do chapter 5. If you have any questions and doubts, you want to raise your hand, I can unmute you. You can talk, or if you have a question, you can drop in the chat as well. Okay, let's spend 5 minutes to solve your queries. You understand the chapter, but you don't understand the question, Shagufta, because you're not practicing. Go back. Everything is available. Back of the book questions, case scenario booklets are there. Independent MCQ are available on for you to practice. Previous year question papers, suggested answers, assignments uploaded for the LVCs. I have made almost over easily 1,000 questions for SM. Everything is there on the portal. You should go. It's available for you from the institute. Okay, go and do that. Read, answer, then you get to it. Okay. Any more questions, doubts anybody has? Or else we can wrap up. The session and I meet you next week. Come prepared. पूरा syllabus का question paper solve करेंगे हम लोग. Chapter 5 you have to read. Yes, please read and come. I will ask a lot of questions then. Good. I will ask a lot of questions. Charan, thanks for joining. You are very active, very happy, and you're giving the right answers. So very happy. Mujahid, हो जाएगा. You'll have to read. अगर tough लग रहा है तो you'll have to read. Hi Pooja, go ahead please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, actually, I want to know about. I have completed group 1 in September, sir.
Okay. Well,
and I have taken some classes before September when I was awaited for result.
Okay.
And now I want to give exam, Gen exam, but
Very
I have
nice.
not completed. I have not completed full classes, sir. So how I can, मतलब मैं कैसे आगे का काम करूँ? कुछ process जो आप.
SM के लिए कह रहे हैं आप? Strategic management के लिए कह रहे हैं मुझे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Pooja, the good part is revision classes are happening. So we are anyway touching on every concept we have. Okay. So you get a basic of कि क्या है syllabus में. LVCs are already available for you. Recorded वाली भी है. If you are short on time, if you can't attend, because LVCs, what we'll do now from next week, will go on till February for आपका next May and September attempt. But अगर आप Jan attempt देना चाहते हो, the classes are already uploaded on your BOS Live app, the recorded session. It's also available on YouTube. I have done those classes. You can go and watch those recorded lectures 1.5x, 2x पे देखो, right? I've explained every concept. Read the study material. You have time. ऐसा नहीं, you still have time. अब those recorded sessions you can, if you are capable enough, आपके पास time है, 2 दिन में आप सारा syllabus देख सकते हो in those recorded sessions. 2 दिन में आपका SM का overview हो जाएगा पूरा. And then another 2 to 3 days you study material. And I can tell you आपको 80% से ज़्यादा confidence आ जाएगा. बस आपको थोड़ा सा effort डालना है. It's not a very tough, time consuming. It's a very पतला सा book, right? So 4 से 5 दिन आप dedicated दे दोगे सब्जेक्ट को, more than enough. 80% कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाएगा, बाकी फिर प्रैक्टिस है, वो तो फिर कभी खत्म नहीं, राइट?
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा सा टाइम प्लान करके 3, 4, 5 days you will be done with it. Okay, not very tough. Don't get bogged down कि कैसे होगा, शुरू भी नहीं किया, हो जाएगा. Just be dedicated on a subject. Give it 3, 4 days. Complete उस सब्जेक्ट को ही दीजिए. And it's not very tough. एक ही ग्रुप तो देना है, 4 ही पेपर है.
Yes, sir.
Right? Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And anyway, Pooja, we are always here. Next class also, you can join. LVC भी आप join कर सकते हो. Over December, I will be doing entire December LVCs. You can come in the class. ask your doubts. We are still available. Every weekend I will meet you for the next 2 months, right? I will be available. So if you have any doubt, you're facing any challenges, feel free to join and ask, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. कोई बात नहीं हो जाएगा practice हो जाएगा. You just have to read and practice more. As simple as that. Okay. Absolutely, Kavisha. Today was all about dosa and everything, but I think that example also helped me. I also thought about it, and it just in the flow I took that with that example, and I think it's very relevant somehow. So good. And if you're opening a dosa venture, if it works, please call me. I will invest. I also want to make money. Awesome. Perfect. So with that, well on time, let's wrap up this session today. Thanks everyone for joining. Right. Thanks for being so active. Very happy whenever you guys are very active. I'll see you next week. Next week we do chapter 5 very quickly and we solve past year question papers because वहीं पे सारा magic बैठा है कि how do we solve the exam paper? How do I get 40 out of 50 bare minimum in this subject? Okay. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Wish you the best of luck with all your preparations with other subjects also. And I will see you next week again. Thank you and have a great Sunday. Bye. Yes, session over, please, technical team.